Welcome back to Ken Rosewell Arena. Stunning venue, packed to the rafters as we kick off round 10. I'm Annie Sargent. Great to have your company. Kim Green joining me in commentary, and a couple of stars watching the game, regulars at the Giants games. Mitch Stark and Alyssa Healy love their netball, love their Giants, and why wouldn't they? We're approaching the business end of season 23 and round 10 of Suncorp Super Netball, a round that will see us lock up final contenders, and Kimmy Green take us through the Giants team card.
Yeah, well, with no Harden there, you have Matisse Leatherbury getting that start in the goal shooter. Dwyer, Hay, Price in the middle, steps in as captain for today. Brandley and Moore in that back end.
5 versus 6 on the ladder, both locked on 12 points, 3 wins off the pack, both desperate for a win to keep alive their hope of a place in the playoffs and needing others on the ladder to fall over. And the visitors.
Yeah, Conan and Wood, we know that dynamic there is going to be on song today. Miller gets that start in wing attack. Will we see her play out the whole game? Cassidy in wing defense, Pretorius, and Dehaney fills that Lightning team.
Lauren Moore, Laura Conan on screen. First centre rest with the visitors. And we're all set for a monumental arm wrestle, and stay with us, it may well come down to the final seconds. Sherian, back plays to Carla Pretorius. Annie Miller, a couple little grabs at that, bit of nerves early. Wood, quick hands from the skipper. And straight to post, the Lightning on the board. Oh, nice congestion from Sunshine Coast Lightning defensively. Brandley hesitates.
And you can see this box set up already from the Lightning, trying to push all the Giants nice and wide. Giants have to keep driving through it, creating that space.
Well, on the sideline for us, Eloise Sawyer. What's it feel like amongst the crowd?
Yeah, good evening to you. The crowd is slowly building. There's a sea of orange here at Ken Rosewell Arena as they really get behind the athletes here tonight. We know how crucial this is in context of their season, so no doubt they'll be loud and they'll be vocal.
Thanks, Eloise. We'll get back to you throughout the game. Long ball to Sherian. Quickly down court. Or hesitation, good arms over from April Brandley. That'll be her job. Gee, it's quiet now, Kim. The crowd holding their breath early. Sitting back watching because they know this could go down to the wire.
Yeah,
Steph Wood brought a hot hand early.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think they can sense that at the moment momentum's gone to the Lightning early, and you can just see their connection is there. So defensively, the Giants are sitting behind, pushing up. Maybe it's time to just change it up and go in front.
Out by 3, the Lightning, and of course they burnt last week against the Vixens. Only managed 6 goals in that opening quarter. We heard Steph Wood say in our pre-game show they've gone to training this week knowing they've got to build it from the first whistle. It's a contact call on Katie Ann Dehaney. She was heavily penalised round 8 here against the Swifts, so we'll keep an eye on that. Needs to get off the body, but a good start from Matisse Leatherbury. 15 times these two have met across Suncorp Super Netball. Sunshine Coast Lightning have taken 10 wins, Giants 4, 1 a draw. Over the top, way too easy, the pathway to Conan.
Annie, I would love to do a tally of how many times Conan comes out, gives it back to Steph Wood, and the double play underneath the post. That's number 1.
We'll keep a tally on it. We'll just change the stats for you. Little step back, good pressure from Pretoria. Beautiful shot from Sophie Dwyer. Off the line is Wood. She does a wealth of work through the mid-court and off the line for Lightning. Often see her go back at shooter to relieve her of that workload pressure. But the start good from the Lightning skipper. Congestion over the top of Moore. We've seen her used this year instead of Tilly McDonald, particularly against the Tors, but this is a different beast, Kim.
Yeah, it is, and it's that moving circle, but the ability to also hold. Conan has that real strength that she's got that ability to change up whatever she does. It's hard for a defender.
Too much on it. Another chance for the Lightning. Cross-court ball, well contested by Maddie Hay. Of course, her background is defensive. She uses it to great effect at wing attack. Cross-court they go.
I was just going to say a stat from last week, Annie. The turnover conversion from the Lightning was at 20%. So an interesting one to see if they can continue to take it. I'm sure that's something that they've worked on at training.
Well, if the start is anything to go by from the visitors, they've done a lot of work this week. The coach is already on her feet, Belinda Reynolds, in the coaching box, delivering encouragement. From the back they go. In two, they're by circle edge, 3 to the post. Belinda Reynolds, Jenny Brazel on the side as assistant. Geez, the hush has fallen over Ken Rosewall Arena. A bit of a shock for them and the Giants.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Giants now need to start creating their own energy out there. We talked about, you know, they're doing that push-up defense, getting in front, creating that indecision. You can see Hay taking that ball quite nicely.
A beautiful position for Dehaney, right high and her arm over pressure, even though Matisse Leatherborough was unopposed at the post, scared to let it go early. There's a settler. Over the top again, they're taking an aerial approach to Cara Conan.
Well, they've mixed it up a bit, Annie. They've gone from moving outside the circle, both shooters outside the circle, and now her back in. It's hard for the defenders to figure out what to do.
As we've mentioned many times, probably the best combination in the business and able to change up the area of court that they use, always challenging the defenders to reset. Dehaney out of play. Obstruction call, I think. And a miss from Dwyer. Rebound from Dehaney.
Oh, hard luck from Price going over the top on that one.
Unopposed is Sherian. Quick hands again from Wood. Gee, they're lightning by name, lightning by nature as they approach the circle. The reset, good composure. Oh, there's the touch from April Brandley. Crowd responds, but Conan's safe on the finish. Lightning out to 9.
Oh, and have a look at that Harvey Norman replay. 2 hands on it, but just wasn't able to pull it in from Brandley.
Well, it's brought Julie Fitzgerald to her feet, and the Giants have taken an HCF tactical timeout. She gathers in the troops and tries to reset their start. They chase the Lightning, 3-9. Julie Fitzgerald hits the reset button. Joe Hart, and it was interesting, Sophie Dwyer in pre-game said no return date set on Joe Hart, but her value on the side and her coaching brain.
Yeah, she's incredible. Sorry, Annie. You're staring right at me. But she's incredible. She's a great player, but her skill set is her ability to read the game, as we see Parmenter coming through with the win on that one. But yeah, she's just able to settle them a little bit, and you could hear her talking to the shooters about finding somebody and not just running the baseline. So keep an eye on Matisse and how she changes her body shape. As you can see just now, she's doing that screen just to create something else.
There's a settler from Sophie Dwyer. Well, let's just stay in that for a minute as we watch the Harvey Norman replay and the touch from Amy Parmenter. She's the voice on court, not only to engage the players and motivate them and challenge them, she engages the crowd, and at the moment, it's flat here at Ken Rosewall Arena.
It is really flat, Annie. We were just talking about that, and I think it's about them now. I said it just before, creating the energy. The bench is even quiet. You look at the Giants bench, you can see Tilly McDonald having a bit of a clap over there, but get up, get amongst it. You have to lift the team somehow.
Well, they've come from the break, the better for it, and they're starting to inject themselves in the game. Eloise, you were eavesdropping on the Lightning huddle. What was the vibe in that camp?
Yeah, Belinda Reynolds was really happy with the start from the girls. She really wants to slow down the tempo of the Giants, and in defence, really focus on that one-on-one and going up with their opposition.
Thanks, Eloise. Well, she'd have to be happy with the start, given their start last week against the Vixens. They're in this one, and it's the Giants, the home side in chase. Jamie Lee Price looking for the direct outlet.
And she's looking for Matisse to be on the hold on that one as opposed to moving on the baseline. Dehaney does a really great job of being able to confuse the space on that one. Get on the body, show something.
Annie Miller makes it twice. Conan out on leads. Steph Wood holding her spot in the circle. Just over halfway through this first quarter, Lightning have come to play. Contact call against Lauren Moore. Little screen from Cara Conan. Well done for Moore. From out of play as soon as it's released from the hand. She's back in the game, took the rebound. Here's a chance for the Giants.
Well, some dicey passes there. They just need to start playing a little bit shorter on those outlets.
Great vision from Jamie Lee Price. Direct down court to circle. Great shot from the left-hander, Sophie Dwyer, starting rush. She's our Telstra play of the match, a quiet start from her.
Yeah, it has been a little bit quiet from her, but we saw that Harvey Norman replay, a bit of a falcon on that one. And that's a beautiful timing of the release from Jamie Lee Price and Matisse under the post.
Well, that occasion, Matisse led the barrel one-on-one in the circle, but they find their way to it. The Giants starting to warm to this contest. Pretorius looks long to Miller. Oh, it was open at the post to Wood. It was a delay in getting it to her, but in chase position, the Giants defenders, and Wood makes them pay. Maddie Hay floats across the line. Front position, nice front cut from Jamie Lee Price. She's commanding in that centre position, such a physical presence. It's almost a mismatch centre on centre.
Yeah, it is, and they have both that different strengths. Jamie Lee obviously is that strong, powerful presence, but Sherian is a workhorse. She keeps going and she will never give up. She's a pretty consistent player, so you know exactly what you're going to get from her.
Both teams on 12 points, 3 wins off the pack, the top 4. They desperately need to win each match. They also need other teams at top of the table to fall over. And looks like we've got the arm wrestle we expected on our hands. Giants now back in the game as Wood orchestrates the attack, goes to post. Little flick, falls sweetly for the skipper. And we're just outside the Power 5 period. And I've got to warn you, brace yourselves, fair warning. 2023 Suncorp Super Netball serving up more super shots than ever before, and 2 of the best exponents on court. Sophie Dwyer, 48 super shots to date. Steph Wood, 35. Those 2 players alone together have earned $8,300 for the Confident Girls campaign, thanks to Suncorp. So keep an eye on this last 5 minutes into the first break as we take an HCF timeout break. Well, just outside 5 minutes remaining in this match, Lightning taking a tactical timeout. And Kim, really disciplined in setting the tone and the expectation. You could listen to that and hear what was practiced on the training court and how it's translated to that opening quarter.
She was really clear with what she was saying then, and what I loved about it was that she was saying attack the contest in defence, but stay in play. We can't keep breaking that pressure. It is a fine line, to be completely honest with you. So if you know you're going to have a really good crack, 90% sure, go and have a crack. But if not, have to release and make sure that you're building pressure.
Well, let's get down to Eloise and hear what Julie Fitzgerald had to say in the break.
Yeah, Jo Harton was really vocal there. Obviously, she's a specialist in this period for the Giants, and she was talking to Leatherborough and Dwyer and how to pull off that play for this 5 points, this 2 points here. So that was sort of the talk about that, and Julie Fitzgerald happy with them to just convene within themselves and go with what they see out there.
Thanks, Eloise. Just saw a great glimpse of Lauren Moore with another intercept as Leatherborough goes long, goes good. 2 points for the Giants, and they take the lead.
Well, quick from Lightning all the way down on that phase. But now you can see the Giants have held them up a little bit. Wood just playing smartly out the front.
Game in our hands. They're slow to start, the Giants, but they've warmed to the task. We talked about how important the super shot would be. Beautiful example from Leatherborough. Parmenter working hard in attack. Strong challenge. Cassidy doesn't like the umpiring interference. Steps out. Hey, Sophie Dwyer. Oh, through the hands, pleading for a touch, but that's a great example of the closing speed from Pretorius.
And she's got beautiful long limbs as well, so you just don't know how far she's going to be able to get to those. That looked like a pass that was going to go straight in. No, Pretorius comes through all the time.
We did talk pre-game about anything static in the circle will expose and bring her into the game. Perfect example as we have another look.
Yeah.
She's a thief in the night, Carla Pretorius. Jamie Lee Price looking for the long direct ball, a little disjointed as they transverse across that third line. And they get some ground courtesy of the umpiring call. Umpires for this match, Jordan Kiss, Tara Warner. Giants take it to 15. Well, slow to warm, but they're coming home like a train at the end of this first quarter. Brandon Dwyer doing the workload out of the circle.
Well, look at that, Annie. The last 8 of the 10 goals are to the Giants, well, the last 4 in particular, but 8 of the 10. They're coming back. You can see the momentum. You can feel it in the stadium. Now the crowd is getting involved.
Yeah, enter the crowd as Leatherborough adds another. And the workload of Jamie Lee Price, we saw moments ago, the Nissa net points. She's commanding them at the moment. 120 last week, having a fine run in these closing rounds of Suncorp Super Netball 2023.
Oh, smart hold up from Miller then. Just waited that split second to allow Moore to come back into it. Open up Conan under the post.
Through the back door they come. Dwyer over the line. Putting Hay on second receive and close feeding position, close to the circle. Oh, good marking by Sherian. You can see there a great example of the physical mismatch between the two centres. She really did the work to block Jamie Lee Price from position. Contact call goes against Leatherborough. Just over a minute until the first break. An absorbing contest. Both on 12 points outside the fort. Desperation. Wood drives it down court. Look at the energy she's trying to inject into this Lightning forward line. Wanted the connection to Conan. Moore started to warm to the task on Conan. She's matching a move for move well.
Yeah, she is, and I think now she's starting in front and just showing that you have to be able to place it over the top of me if you're going to do it. And that's the position she needs to be. Look at that. Defense is just beautiful, staying off the body.
And look at that. Super shot from the skipper. Brings them to within 1. It's interesting, we talked about Moore. She's been injected over Tilly McDonald for the aerial game, but she's really having to play a marking running game in this one.
Yeah, she is. And, you know, that's the ability of Lauren Moore, to be completely honest with you. She's played at the Swifts before, played at the Giants. She can get up in the air, but she can cover a baseline as well. That is the beauty of Lauren Moore.
Just the one for the Lightning. We're all locked up at 16 apiece. Happy days. Leatherburrow, she can change it. Just runs out of time and drops a little short. Well, we expected this one to be played like a final, and these two have read the script. What a first 15 of netball. And we go to the first break. They're all locked up, the Giants and the Lightning, at 16 apiece.
Welcome back to Ken Rosal Arena. It is 16 all between the Giants and the Lightning. I am joined here with GWS coach Adam Kingsley. Adam, great to have you in the house. Tell us, how did you see that first quarter unfold?
Yeah, it was a slow start from the girls, but they fought back really well. They super shot they're experts at, so we're really enjoying that.
Yeah, it certainly is very impressive. Now, talk to us about the Giants family. Obviously, this connection with the AFLW, the AFL, and also to the netball. How special is it to all be under that orange umbrella?
Well, it's really good. I mean, we all share the same roof and we're able to bounce ideas and sort of watch each other go about it. So we keep trying to improve each other, and we're doing a good job at the moment.
Tell us, Giants fans at home want to know, is Toby Green back tomorrow when you come up against St Kilda?
Toby will be playing, thankfully. So, yeah, looking forward to tomorrow's game. It'll be a big one.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Back to you, Annie and Kim.
Thanks, Eloise. Adam Kingsley, of course, would have loved the fight back from the Giants in that first quarter, hoping his boys can channel a bit of that against St Kilda tomorrow. Timmy Green, what a first quarter. The Giants almost forgot to hit the alarm button, hit the snooze instead, but warmed to the task, and now it's back on as we expected.
Well, you can certainly feel the momentum shifts within the game, that's for sure, and the crowd are now starting to get into it. That quarter time break was much needed for both teams to be able to really get themselves moving and just try to reassess where they're at. But both teams looking pretty good at the moment, Annie.
And we saw too in the break that Steph Wood, as captain of the Lightning, went over with Carla Pretorius to the umpires, just questioning some of the interpretations.
Yeah, she went over at the Origin quarter time break just to ask what was happening with Pretorius. Is it the arm going up? And the umpires pretty much said to her that you need to keep your arm down when you're going for the ball, which we all know. But, you know, when you're in the game and you can't really feel it or vibe it, it's really important to be able to seek that clarity, and they did a great job of that.
And we have a look at a change to the Lightning team with Charlie Bell on at goal shooter. Steph Wood has moved to wing attack. Cara Conan to goal attack. Did you see that coming?
I did not see that coming. You know, I think maybe they're looking at how to just keep the defenders of the Giants on their toes at the moment, and I don't think anyone saw that coming, Annie.
I have to say, though, it's not a bad ploy. They saw Lauren Moore start to adapt towards the end of the first quarter to the movement of Conan. Now they're putting her back on a tall and a high ball, which we know she's good at, and we got a touch of it there. Lauren Moore, thank you, on cue. So an interesting read from Belinda Reynolds, and the response there from the Giants goalkeeper.
Well, it may also be, you know, the ability of Miller trying to get to circle edge as well. We haven't seen Miller play a full game in a long time, so bringing Wood into the game and that leadership out the front may just shift things as well.
Have to raise the question, though, when we hit power 5, will Wood still be at wing attack?
Depends if they're down, Annie.
We do love a super shot or 2 or 10. Hold there from Charlie Bell, and the call goes against April Brandley for holding on. Actually heard Julie Fitzgerald chatting in the break about, of course, have a go, but drop your arm down. Don't be left caught with your arm raised, drawing attention to the umpire. So just adapting to the umpiring and the whistling. Wood off the line, looks directly to Charlie Bell. Conan, so 2 talls effectively on for Suncorp Lightning. Haven't seen much of it this season. Conan out on move. High ball over the top of Moore. There's the settler for Charlie Bell.
And it was a good ball from that pocket as well. Great angle for that. That's exactly where you want to be as a feeder. Feeding to a tall. That 45 is beautiful.
Slow progress down court for the Giants. Matisse Leatherburrow home alone in the circle. Dwyer doing a lot of the work up front and held up then by Sunshine Coast Lightning. Over the top of Pretorius. Giants will be focusing on making sure they know where Pretorius is and playing close on the body than using speed, as opposed to thinking they're free when they're off the body.
Well, and also using their fakes. It's really important when you have a player that has the closing speed of Carla Pretorius. Fakes are important. See where she shifts and then give the ball into space.
Another strong hold from Charlie Bell. More working the feet, but couldn't get to it. Oh, she's come on court well. Through the back door, Parmenter doing a wealth of work for the Giants. Price with a drive. That's a good ball. Put it to the offside of Dehaney. No way she was going to get the feet around for that one. Smart work. All locked up at 19 apiece. Conan off the line. Wood. Now the second phase from the centre pass. And Bell, who is a holding shooter, doing a bit of work. There's a turnover there. Brandley loves it. Too much on it for Hay. An air out of balloon. It's back in the hands of Lightning.
Oh, look at the Harvey Norman replay. April Brandley, but it's the effort from Lauren Moore to keep it in.
Yeah, lovely defender to defender work, wasn't it?
It was.
So Lightning throw in. Cassidy at wing defence, and the Giants eyes on it. It's an arm wrestle between Price and Parmenter for who wanted the stat, and they see the humour in it. Neither coming up with it. The height of Conan being exploited. Well, that goal third.
The mismatch of Brandley on Bell as well. They saw it early and gave it. Smart from the Lightning.
That's the beauty of having Steph Wood in a feeding role. She'll identify that early and she'll release with great speed. Lightning by 1. Sophie Dwyer just floating on the edge there, needs to really draw Pretorius.
Yeah, Pretorius is doing a great job of just isolating her in particular. Even, I looked at the Lightning a couple of plays ago and they were playing in a box formation, but Pretorius was one-on-one. So keep an eye on that matchup because Pretorius is playing slightly out of the formation that everyone else is.
Conan thinks about cross court, plays it close. It's a little static, but again, the height of Charlie Bell and the rebound ability. Challenging the Giants defenders. Looks cool as a cucumber, doesn't she?
She looks confident. We saw it in Team Girls Cup at the beginning of the year. She came on with such fire, but also just a lot of confidence, and that's what you want from a young kid.
And of course, last time Lightning played in Sydney, it was the breaking news of the death of Charlie's father, and the sadness, of course, rung through the camp, and our sympathies go out such a short period of time. What strength in that young player to take the court.
Yeah, and she, you know what, she's come out here and you can see everyone's really supporting her, and that would have been a lead up as well in training, getting around her, making sure that she had all the confidence and the support in the world to make sure that this, her job, to get out on court and do it well.
Absolutely.
See, here's his formation again. You can see some sagging off. But Pretorius, right on her.
Tagging game on Dwyer, but it's opening up Lettice Leatherbarra, and the Giants have taken it out by 2. Just a mini break in a game that's become an arm wrestle. How do you see the injection of Steph Wood coming at wing attack this second quarter?
Yeah, I really like this play because it really changes it up. We said it in pre-game against Amy Parmenter. You have to change it up. You have to keep it shorter. Almost also sit on the body. That's what Steph Wood does really well.
Good call. Over the top to Parmenter. Price. She'll look direct to circle first time, and there she is. This time tagging Leatherbarra. Pretorius has really grown across the last couple of rounds, and she's a menace early in this one. Bell wants the high ball. Up goes Brandley. It's a footwork call, just couldn't handle it. Mini win for the Giants. Patient approach, ball in hand from this. Oh, that's a good outlet ball from Amy Parmenter. And like Price, Parmenter looking long and direct. Leatherbarra, calm as you like to post. 15 from 16, just the one miss. The Lightning centre, showing just gathering the leather. Pretorius, so unassuming, does so much damage. Contact called against Price, doesn't like it.
Oh, look how quick. It's just the quick takes of the penalties, the smartness of Steph Wood to go, yeah, it's on, let's get going, and I've got to get it to Bell quickly.
Yeah, and the other side of that, though, is you need the receiver, the recipient, to have eyes on that ball of Steph Wood and to really be ready. And that's what Charlie Bell did well then, was responsive. Crowd response to the Giants' goal. It's almost like they're waiting it out, Kim, for the final quarter. Not the coaches, though. They want to get to their teams as Lightning take an HCF tactical timeout. We try and listen to their huddle. Just 2 in it. Steph Wood, the skipper, now at wing attack.
All right, let's make the change again. Something different, back into goal attack. Charlie, good job. All right, again, controlling the tempo, but it doesn't mean our work rate drops. It's still big work rate. Change your line, use your chin to the circle edge. A discipline to get to circle edge in this period. We've still got the defenders to the back. Skill, yes? Use our feints if we need to. In defense, let's start with a 2. Start with a 2. Yes? Yes. And then go one-on-one. Alrighty? Okay? You need to sit high. You're too reactive in the last bit. You have to sit proactively in the 2 with a good angle, okay? If we call it, come on, can you try and squeeze? Can you try and squeeze so they can't swing open? Let's go, Lightning. 2 or
Lightning take the court. Belinda Reynolds wasting no time, and we wondered, Kim, how long we would see Steph Wood in that wing attack position. What an interesting change-up from Belinda Reynolds.
It is. We haven't seen that from her all year. So they must have been practicing this, and this was definitely a structure that they were willing to play in this game. I really like it, as long as Miller can come in and out of the game efficiently and effectively.
Well, we'll see. But I do love the way that she wanted to change the context of the game and challenge the players and their opponents.
She also mentioned that they were going to a 2, which is that wall on a centre pass, but then back to one-on-one. So you can see that. See, Carla Pretorius, again, just really grinding out at the front.
Well, the South African international having a mighty game early. The other thing Belinda Reynolds likes to do is set up the power 5 period of a quarter. Not only to talk to the shooters, but she talked to Dehaney about getting that front position on the 2-point range, making the shooters take ones only. We'll see if that comes to play. 51 seconds out. Steph Wood working her magic around the circle edge, double plays it, goes to post and brings the Lightning level, all locked up at 25. Eloise, you're on the sideline. What have you got?
Yeah, Julie Fitzgerald really wants them to replicate what they did in that last quarter in this Power 5. There's less than 30 seconds to go until they enter that period, and it was Leatherbarrow and Dwyer again talking between themselves, talking tactics about what they can do in this next 5 minutes. We're just 15 seconds away from it now.
Absolute focus from both coaches on how to maximise the power of 5 for the Giants, on how to put up the super shots for the Lightning. Well, they've got the same power, but the focus was defensively, how to push those Giant shooters into 1-point range.
Yeah, and let's take a look at it now in this first one. You can see that they're trying to double up on Dwyer. The great thing about the Giants is that they have the 2-prong attack, that Dwyer and Leatherbarrow can shoot these. So if I was both of them, I'd be having that moving circle a little bit more. Great rebound.
Well, there's the super shot power, and then there's a defensive rebound, both equally important. Conan out on leads for Lightning, so they've just shifted the way they're playing the space. Wood has dropped back to the circle. Annie Miller may well see changes in the mid-court second half. A brave ball over Lauren Moore. Finds Conan, she finds net. They're chipping away with the ones, the Lightning, out by 2.
Well, and Annie, look at the Nissan net points just there. Conan sitting on 45. She's having a really great start to this match. Really injected herself, especially out the front.
We talked about pre-game how they love to change up the space with their 2 shooters. Well, they've done that and more. This to go for the biggest break we've had in quite a while. They take it out to 29 for the difference. What's the response from the Giants? Leatherbarrow fighting for 2-point positioning. Hey. All chipping away. So there's the reply from the Giants. They had Dwyer in 2-point range, but close marking from Pretorius. Annie Miller looks down. Wood now out on leads. There's the 2, but a good hand from Brandley. Gosh, she got that in early.
She did. Silent assassin coming around just then, but I'm loving what Wood is doing on that second phase. She's free as a bird at the moment, so a lot of work needs to be done on making sure she's nice and high for the Giants to be able to get a little bit more ticks and touches outside the circle. We haven't seen a whole lot of that yet, Annie.
Lightning lucky. It's through the hands of Conan. They get it as a throw in. Oh, and it's back in the Giants' hands. The crowds respond. They'd love to see a long shot from the Giants shooters. Dwyer. Still the 1-point range, so the defensive tactics from the Lightning paying dividends in this crucial period.
Yeah, look at that Harvey Norman replay. Cara Conan just staying on court, but are not able to keep it in the team's possession.
Beautiful ball, Dwyer onto Maddie Hay. Back in Lightning hands. Sherry, she's been busy in this first half. What a workhorse. Oh, Pinetta comes up with a piece. And good support from Moore. All Giants around the ball. They're hungry. This is where we see a lack of organisation right at this moment, Kim.
No, I liked that timing. I like the change up of pace in that attack end. It is about tempo and making sure you're playing to your own speed. And the Giants on that Nissan, that Harvey Norman replay, you can see Jamie Lee Price just wanting absolutely everything to go her way.
Was a good example, though, of Sophie Dwyer trying to craft how it would work, trying to be the general. So we'll keep an eye on that. Lightning take it to 30. Contact against Wood, who's working hard defensively as well as in attack. Down on the line. Little rumble in the crowd. It's only a few people calling Giants. The rest of the crowd's just watching, almost like they're absorbed in the competition waiting for the fourth quarter. Here's the drive from Leatherbarrow. It opens up Dwyer at the back. Oh, falls back. Cassidy. Cross court to Dehaney. Wood again involved deep down court. Conan out.
Here's this double play. She gets going.
Annie Miller taking the drive but draws the contact. Here's a chance for the Giants. Plenty of time. They've got to craft the approach well. Have a look at what Dwyer sets up here.
I was just going to say Amy Parmenter has been in everything at the moment in the last couple of minutes, keeping the Giants nice and tight.
See Sophie Dwyer leading off ball, opening up the space for Leatherbarrow, and that's why Matisse Leatherbarrow hits a super shot, takes the Giants to 30 right on the eve of halftime. Wood, is there a reply from the visitors' skipper? Oh, thinks about it, but the rebound from Conan, second chance, time enough. Third time lucky.
Wood just says, go for the one. That'll do me.
Take the one, take the lead. Seconds on the clock. There won't be time for the centre pass to be taken. And the Lightning, thieves in the night, take the lead by just the one at halftime. What a fascinating quarter of netball. Twists and turns, coaching changes we weren't expecting, the tempo constantly changing from these two teams. Amazing, enthralling netball. We expected nothing less. It's almost like strategically they're trying to craft the game and saving the energy from the back end. Let's get down to Eloise Sawyer. She's with Amy Parmenter.
Yes, I'm alongside Amy Parmenter. Amy, you were all drawn up at the quarter, down by 1 at the half. How did you see that then?
Oh, you know, we knew it was going to be quick and really speedy. Like, they're all about ball movement. So I think we just took a bit of time to adjust to that, but now I feel like we're really in and getting our hands on some things, so that's good.
Saw the Lightning switch Steph Wood into WA. How did you sort of see that? And were you expecting that?
Oh, no. Well, she's a great wing attacker, and I knew I had to, switch my brain on when I'm against Steph. But, you know, I think that all their wing attacks are really good, and we knew we were going to be up against a tough challenge, so we're up for it, I think.
What will Julie Fitzgerald be expecting here in the second half?
I think we definitely need a lift, and when we do get those balls, we have to be like so smooth in transition and then, execute.
Amy Parmenter, good luck in the second half. Thanks.
Great interview, Eloise. Thanks so much. What an absorbing match of netball. Just the one in it. So we go to the halftime break. The Lightning 31, Giants 30. Plenty coming up after the break. Don't forget, we'll have our halftime show brought to you, hosted by Hannah Hollis. But don't forget, after this match, the Vixens take on the Thunderbirds at John Cain Arena. It's going to be a blockbuster showdown, and you can't miss it.
Round 10, and it's pride on the line for these two teams. 5 weeks ago, they met, and competition underdogs, the Thunderbirds, laid their intentions bare.
The Thunderbirds have put their foot down.
All or nothing. Now the Vixens are back home, coming off a nail-biting win last week. They'll be thirsty for revenge and a spot higher on the table. Can English import Elle Cardwell hold her composure?
And she drops it in. Oh my goodness.
Against the likes of Weston and Mannix.
Oh, Joe Weston.
The power combo fighting fit in 2023.
Oh, well, there's a big win there from Mannix.
Will the flair of Sterling shock the attempts of holding shooter Kamwenda under the posts? Will this be the surprise attack we've been waiting for?
Don't they love it?
In a season of tight finishes.
The Vixens have stolen that win.
Welcome back to Fox Netball. We're at Ken Rosewell Arena. We're playing host to what can be described, I think, as a seesawing game between the Giants and the Sunshine Coast Lightning. We've had lead changes. We've had tempo changes. We've even had positional changes that no one saw coming. The scores were locked at 16-all at quarter time, but at halftime, it's the visitors taking a single goal lead into the break, as I'm joined by Annie Sargent and Kim Green as we begin to unpack this game, Annie, that I think if we give our quick summary of the first half, feels like we're building towards something in the second half, right?
I think it's like having something on simmer that hasn't come to the boil, and I know that's not a very technical answer, but both Kim and I thought, is it flat? No, they're like feeling each other out. They're crafting some options, and I feel like the second half, the roof's going to come off the stadium.
Let's get into the halftime highlight, shall we? We begin with the Sunny Coast, Kim. They needed a statement opening half, and I tell you what, they got off to a lightning start, didn't they?
They did. Nice pun there, Han. But yeah, they came out really firing in that first 5 minutes in particular. You could see that they were really starting to find their feet and make sure that they were putting dominance at the beginning of this game. The Giants did end up coming back to them, but it was because they were able to, find that space a little bit harder because the defense was really tight. But Conan, Wood, their connection, my goodness. You've got to be happy with that as an Aussie selector. Hey, Annie.
Oh, absolutely. And I do like the changes that were made by Belinda Reynolds. It surprised us. It would have taken the Giants a step back when they moved Steph Wood to wing attack. And, of course, she'd be great there. She's mercurial ball in hand. So you put her there and it changes the whole dynamic. They brought Charlie Bell on as the tall. She did well. And then they swung it back again. So it's a bit of a chess game being played by the coaches, but I love the responses.
When Steph Wood moved into wing attack, Kim, you said you were loving her at second phase. What did you mean by that? What work was she doing that you were impressed by?
Well, she was getting that depth that you need as a wing attack, but she was also seeing the play ahead of time. That's what makes Steph Wood so good. And that's what makes great players, is if they're able to see all the time in the world, but also see everything in front of them. And I love that she just manipulates the body, manipulates the defense to exactly where she needs it to be. She just creates magic out there, and I really loved her at wing attack. I don't know if changing her back to goal attack worked, in my opinion.
Not even for the Power Five. We'll unpack that in a moment. If we remember the opening moments of the game, the Lightning raced out to a 9-3 lead, but then the Giants started to work back into it, Annie, didn't they? What Amy Parmenter said at halftime, that they had to readjust and they seemed to find their groove. Was it fast enough for you, though?
Well, I thought it came through the hands of Amy Parmenter. She's been doing a wealth of work and got hands to a lot of balls, so creating opportunities. And I think it also came through the craftsmanship of Lauren Moore, who was outplayed early, but then found a way to chip away and get hand to ball and disrupt, positions on her opposing shooter. So they've been patient building. And of course, once they find the hands of Matisse Leatherbarrow, we know it's hot to post.
We spoke about Amy Parmenter and her role, Kim, in the pre-game. That too of Jamie Lee Price, who sits in the top 5 at halftime for Nissan net points. What's she doing well in the midcourt for the Giants?
Yeah, again, just providing that strong presence, especially in that attacking leads. She puts her hand up. She almost even nods to the players and is like, yeah, give it to me.
I'm on.
The whole way through the court. And I think they've missed her a few times in long court, and I think she'll be having a chat to them at halftime. But defensively has been getting a hand in quite a bit and providing, as you can see, those beautiful feeds straight away. And it's the release point. It is quick.
I think to take up your point, her looking to the circle, she's been ready to fire that in several times and they've not been ready to receive. So it's just getting that timing right to keep their eye on Jamie. When she's got that strong drive, you want to be ready.
Are we expecting Belinda Reynolds to make any team changes or positional switches as we come out into the third quarter?
Well, we're used to her very much changing up the midcourt. We've seen across the last few weeks Cassidy move forward to centre, Sherian move to wing attack. That might keep Wood stabilised at goal attack. But, we wait to see because the Giants can respond as well. It will change the dynamic. It will create that niggle we were talking about between Cassidy and Jamie Lee Price. They both love the physical brand of netball.
Just a single goal, Kim, separates the teams at halftime, and I think it's fair to say the numbers are underlining that for us. There is nothing in this game, is there?
There is absolutely nothing in it. If you look at the time in possession, that's the only key stat that is a little bit different. Lightning at 53%. They are a little bit more patient with the ball. They do like to play it around a little bit, and that's probably why they're sitting at 53%.
This game is so important to both of the teams in the context of their season, but Suncorp would like to know from you how important netball is. Your entry can be 50 words or less alongside a video or an image of you and your club, and you can scan the QR code on screen for your chance to win a family membership to the Suncorp Super Netball Club of your choice in the 2024 season. Check out Taylor's entry. Now, netball is so important to her, she says, because of the friendships that she's made. And each year, you get given new teammates. Every week, you train together, you play together, and then sometimes these players can become your best mates for a long time. Get your entries in, ladies and gentlemen. For now, though, our attention sits firmly on the game at hand. Just one goal separates the Giants and the Sunshine Coast Lightning. It's live and exclusive right here on Fox Netball.
Welcome back to Ken Rosewall Arena, kicking off round 10 with what we thought would be a monumental arm wrestle, and it's delivering. They were level at the end of the first quarter, 16 apiece. The Lightning have taken the lead by just the one. What have they got in store for us in this second half? Plenty to play for, both desperate to stay in touch with the top 4. We'll get straight down to Sunshine Coast Lightning coach Belinda Reynolds. Belinda Reynolds, who'd be a coach?
Oh, I don't know what I've signed up for. It's stressful, isn't it?
I did love last week that you went from calm to very passionate. I don't blame you. 2 really close losses in the last 2 weeks. And we talked to Steph pre-game. She said you'd really addressed a lot during the week. It appears like that. You wanted them to go hard to start, tempo, and you've been very innovational in the way you played your forward line.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy with our start to today. Obviously, we were unhappy with that last week. And, we know that we need to bring the variety against the Giants. So I thought Charlie Bell did a really good job when she entered the game. And now we've got Ava Black. I think we've got a strong defensive midcourt out there now.
Well, you talk about variety, and we want to chat about that change of Wood into wing attack. Tell us a little bit about your intentions with that.
Obviously, Palmy was having a great game, and I thought, obviously, just the smarts of Steph on her, not so much the foot speed race. And I thought, yeah, we did a good job. It was a good change-up for us.
And Pretorius is wearing Dwyer like a glove. What are you looking at in that instance in particular? Are you looking at her just to try and wear her out of the game and make her exhausted for those super shots?
Yeah, you're dead right, Kim. Dwyer had such a good game last game, so we knew that Carla had to be right on her from the get-go, and Carla is such a great tagger, so we knew she would be a great matchup against Soph.
Well, it's a wonderful tussle to watch. I just want to ask you in closing, and then we'll let you get back to the game. You lost last week, but you had that game in your hand, and I said to Steph before the match, It was a critical moment and they didn't manage to articulate it. What have you done this week so they're prepared for the back end of this? Because it looks like it might go the same.
Yeah, well, we've had a few games like that, haven't we, Annie, unfortunately? But, yeah, we're just undisciplined with our skill and I thought our tempo, so just controlling those moments and, yeah, really wanting the ball in our hands when the game's on the line.
Well, we wish you all the best and we're engrossed in the battle.
Thanks, Annie. Thanks, Kim.
And as we chat, 33 apiece.
Still tight, Annie.
And I still live the dream. What's the dream, Kimmy?
The dream's a draw for Annie.
Vote the draw, vote the draw. Ava Black, she's been good as the interchange for Sunshine Coast Lightning. Big raps on her. She's actually more a centre, but she plays that wing defence position to great effect for them.
Well, and she's got beautiful height. If you have a look at her against Hay, Hay's a tall wing attack, and Ava Black's taller than her. So, yeah, she brings that height, and I think Maddie Hay will have to change up her game and be a little bit shorter and get to the top of the circle as opposed to pockets.
The trading blows, 2 apiece, the start of this third. Often defined as a championship quarter, although I think people might argue that now with the last 5 minutes of a power 5 in the final quarter. Conan adds another, Lightning by 1. Again, Carla Pretorius wearing Sophie Dwyer.
Well, you can see almost a closed circle from the Giants now. Dwyer almost giving up. Oh, Jamie Lee Price giving up that one. But you can see now that they're trying to shift their tactics, especially with Dwyer probably getting a little bit tired within the game.
Let's get down to Eloise.
Yeah, we talked about Jamie Lee Price and also to Maddie Hay in the pre-game and also to at halftime and how influential they are for this Giant side. They were both at 15 apiece for feeds across that first half. They were obviously leading the both sides in that one. Jamie Lee Price now with 17. It's crucial for this match.
Thanks, Eloise. We'll keep a close eye on her, as will the Sunshine Coast Lightning. Significant figure in this Giants outfit. Wood with the penalty. Lauren Moore out of play, steps across to block a rebound opportunity. Doesn't work. Goes the other way.
It's a solid rebound from Lauren Moore. You could see she wanted that one straight away.
Oh, that ball, Sophie Dwyer, left hand, so strong cross court to Price. Again, Sunshine Coast Lightning find a way, but it's back in the hands of Dwyer. Doesn't drop. Left hand letting it down just a touch in this game.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Both teams are missing like those little moment shots, but have a look here. You can see that Katie Anderhaney on the Harvey Norman replay goes up. Beautiful timing. That is so hard to do. Actually, I've never done it before. But I've heard it's very hard to do.
You and I are ill-equipped to talk about how to do it, so we'll leave that there. But we will bow to the brilliance of Dehaney on that intercept off the shot. We mentioned that she was heavily penalised last time we saw her here in Sydney, round 8, but she's remedied some of that timing to perfection. Down court, they sweep. Oh, she wanted to let that go, Steph Wood, thought the better of it. Contact from Lauren Moore, no, not called, but certainly had a bit of a hip and a roll on Conan. Just look at the composure of Steph Wood. Ball on the string, I'll play it in my own time, at my own tempo, and I'll shoot at will.
And we talked about that at halftime. It is about having all the time in the world to create something, and that's what makes great players. Wood is that.
Offside call against Maddie Hay, but throwing herself into her work. Cassidy. Let's keep an eye on that Cassidy-Jamie Lee Price battle. Full pivot from Wood.
We've already seen a couple of attacking contacts to Jamie Lee Price. So possibly having to clean that up. Is it the case that Cassidy's getting under her skin a little bit in that space?
Hesitation finds Parmenter. This time Sherian will stand out of play. Hay, great ball. What a great ball from Maddie Hay. Through the eye of a needle, she picks up Sophie Dwyer. Doesn't miss from there. Baby-faced assassin. That's too easy for her. Oh, good work, Parmenter. There's the reply. She's been good.
She's been so good today. And it's not just the work that she's doing on her player, it's the positioning to be able to go and have a crack at something else. It's that, you know, that lead out of the circle. We talked about it, and now she's picking them up.
Well read. That was well crafted by the Giants forward line. trail by 1, center to follow. Oh, Dehaney again spoils the mix from behind, read it well. Just the vision a little cramped on the Giants. Didn't see the opening at the back in the circle. It's congested. Dwyer opens it up. That's quick hand. She's been looking for the quick shooter-to-shooter play. And the finish from Matisse Leatherbarra. Richard Stark likes it. Alyssa Healy likes it. Big Giants fans. And I still think the crowd are sitting back watching this one, Kim. It's like they're waiting till the final quarter to run it home.
Well, they're probably just riding out the wave like the Giants are right now. Just, you know, eyeing off their opposition.
Saving themselves for the last quarter.
Wow.
Lightning possession. Wood up the middle. Oh, it's a change at the back for the Giants. Tilly McDonald on at goalkeeper. Lauren Moore to the bench.
And we speak about Tilly McDonald coming into the game and providing something a little bit different. She does have that physical nature to her game, getting under the body. But it also makes that shooter have to reposition and maybe push out a little bit out of the circle. So keep an eye on that Conan-McDonald matchup.
Fabulous in the air is Tilly McDonald, as is Amy Parmenter, and she's had plenty of airtime and plenty of touches round 10. So the challenge for Tilly McDonald will be the change of direction that the Lightning shooters can put out on a dime. Watch this space. They're out by 3, the Lightning. In a far more comfortable position than they were last week against the Vixens. The question is, can they build over the top again? Shooter to shooter, working a treat for the Giants pair. Sophie Dwyer growing in stature and orchestrating that. There's a reply from Wood. No look into the circle. Look straight out to feed it, Cara Conan. And that's a contact call against Tilly McDonald. And the finish from, no, it's not the finish, it's the rebound. Walked away too soon on that one. They look a little more relaxed.
A little bit.
The coaches, just a tad, just for the moment.
I love that they've opted for the big ski jackets today. It is a bit chilly in here, that's for sure.
I wonder if they've got any spares. Cross court they go. The hold is being put on by Leatherbarra. Dehaney working well around the body, and the deception on the shot, but Leatherbarra unfazed.
And good use of angles from the Giants, getting it to the pocket to create something else.
As was the pattern last week, Leatherbarra on lead to post. 39 goals to post. Sophie Dwyer just the 8, and I'm talking 1-point range. Parmenter stood out. She wants to set the penalty in just the right spot. Offside call, so Wood takes the possession. Nice ball.
Nice.
Randley caught, eyes down.
Beautiful feed, and it's just that ability to quickly get it in and out of the hands from that chest pass.
Finish from Conan. Lightning winning the quarter by 1. Power 5, timely, into the hands of Leatherbarra. Oh, it's a swisher. Matisse Leatherbarra loves a long shot, and the crowd at Ken Rosewell loves Matisse Leatherbarra. Another $100 goes to the Confident Girls Foundation, thanks to Suncorp. A quick Steph Wood picks up the crumbs, completes. Lightning by 2. Long drive from Katie Dehaney out hunting.
Well, she's looking at it, but Sophie Dwyer's pass was perfect because it was out in front, made sure that Hay was completely protected before giving it.
What also was perfect was Pretoria sinking back to cover the shooter, knowing that Dehaney had gone out hunting.
Yeah, they're a good team in there, that's for sure.
Well, it's a miss for the Giants. Long ball. Fast down court go the Lightning. Speed comes from Cassidy. Support on the transverse from Black. Sherian. Wood looking shooter to shoot it. Not much room, but Wood finds it. And they draw the penalty against Tilly McDonald. 4 penalties since coming on court. She'll need to be wary of that. No easy gives in this one. Wood to Conan. Wood owning 2-point range. Brandley playing high on her, so they go to the close shooter. It's an obstruction call against Brandley. Both out. Training practice. No misses for Steph Wood from that range. For the difference, and that'll be a timeout called by the Giants, an HCF timeout, as Julie Fitzgerald wants to put the brakes on this lightning attack.
Bring your friends and get going up with Jules Giants. That's one outside for testing skill with runners and all that.
We need to change our angle and have more of a first ball contest because they're getting one free player in this area here and it allows them to set everything else up. So let's change that angle so we can have a real crack at it, all right?
All right, that's it, one. She's probably going to double. I agree. Yeah. So I'm just going to come off.
That's what it's be in there. Keep a cool head in there. Nothing silly, all right?
He's only on there to piss you off. Yeah, so step away from that. Let's get a little bit further back.
Let's go, girl. Here we go. Now we need to lift a little bit here, okay? Adapt to what's being called. Have a go at first ball contest.
Remember what's
Get
going
in there.
for us is we're playing short. We're not going long and playing into their hands, okay? We play short and we get ball side. Yeah. Here we go. Giants on 3. 1, 2, 3, Giants.
Julie Fitzgerald sensing that she needed to tighten up the focus of the Giants players. An interesting, good, strong voice from Jamie Lee Price.
Yeah, really strong voice from Price. She talks about being short and getting ball side. Stop throwing the long balls. You're playing into their hands as they threw a long ball.
Coach's curse, you'd know all about that. Good feeding position for Hay. For 1. Easy pickings from Matisse Leatherborough. Julie Fitzgerald not showing too much. She just senses, though, that they can't let this open up before 3-quarter time. Lightning lead the quarter by 3. And she knows how dangerous they can be running down a game. Conan for a skinny 1. So the message from Jamie Lee Price, play it short, no long balls, as she tries to take her drive. The block comes from Black. She was seen then, Kim, as taking the landing space of the running player.
There's certainly a tactic in that at the moment, Annie. You can see they're really targeting Jamie Lee Price on that second phase, putting body in there, and it's up to whether or not Jamie Lee Price finds the space, uses her feet to get around, as to whether or not she gets pulled for contact.
Under 2 minutes until 3-quarter time. Eloise, what have you got?
Yeah, Belinda Reynolds really wanted to stay disciplined, to keep up the tempo. And then Carla Pretorius was really vocal about staying one-on-one, staying in this game for this last less than 2 minutes here, staying one-on-one with their player.
Another super shot on the board for the Lightning. They're out by 4. Minute 30 on the clock. Oh, great ball, great vision. Not the first time either from Sophie Dwyer. Great deception. Looked far to Jamie Lee Price. Saw Leatherborough at the post. What a beautiful play.
I was just going to say, it is that looking to that pocket first, creating that space, opening up those defenders, and then throwing that ball through.
Here's another chance for the Giants as we run into 3-quarter time. Great stretch from Parmental. They've come alive back into this 3rd quarter, the Giants. Wants to go long. Good arm over from Ava Black. And float it to Leatherborough. She'll chip for the 1. 2 the difference. Doesn't seem to please Julie Fitzgerald, but it won't unless it's a win at the end of the day.
That's exactly
Better to follow. Black all over the top of Hay, deemed to be too close. Penalties, 45 apiece. It'll get a little willing in the last 15. Oh, that drops beautifully for Sophie Dwyer. All of a sudden, seconds out from 3-quarter time. We're all locked up at 49 apiece. Giants and Sunshine Coast Lightning in the battle of their lives to stay in touch of the top 4. 1 back for Conan. Skinny lead for the visitors.
Oh, look at that depth from Hay. Knew that it was going back, found it nice and deep early.
She's good long, she's great long. Matisse Leatherbar, seconds out from three-quarter time, puts the Giants in front by just the one with another spectacular super shot. The reply from Lightning, beaten by the buzzer. What a quarter of netball, and it sets us up for the last 15 here at Ken Rosewell Arena. We've got a game on our hands. Lightning up by one, 50-49 against the Giants netball.
I want us to take this early in defence, alrighty? So, listen up, strong first base, if they get a deep second base, you're going for it and you're filling to the post. You want early ball to put us in a defensive position.
Welcome back. Pride and desperation on the menu. Round 10. It's the Giants up against Sunshine Coast Lightning, both out of the four, desperate to make their way closer. Kim Green, a lot of salient points then from Belinda Reynolds.
Yeah, well, that's great access from the Origin quarter time break. What I love about it is that she was talking to her defenders about making sure that they stay in play. There's a bit of a change up going to be placed out there. Urban coming into it, but there were 16 penalties from the Lightning in that third quarter. Ava Black had 7 to her name. So stay in play, build pressure is the message from Belinda Reynolds.
We're expecting this one to be something special. Strap yourselves in, just one in it. They're desperate to keep alive their hopes of a place in the finals, and they won't go down wondering. Sophie Dwyer, our Telstra player to watch, her matchup on Carla Pretorius. Expect that to rev up a notch or 10 in this final quarter. Tense up, Kimmy Green.
All right, Annie.
Up goes Price. She'll need to be strong, dynamic, direct to circle, lead the ship. She's captain on court in the absence of Harton. Leatherbarrow knows exactly what to do as she takes the Giants out by 2.
Well, a great opportunity for Leatherbarrow up against a youngster in Irvin as well. So she should have the confidence in the wood there, especially when she's had a bit of experience out on court.
And how fabulous to see the next generation of netballers coming through in Suncorp Super Netball, not missing a beat. Sophie Dwyer, the general in the circle. Another beautiful cross-court ball out of that hot left hand.
Well, and testing whether or not Irvin was going to come out for that one. So now that they see that maybe she's not looking at it, they'll go again.
Oh, crowd responding. All of a sudden, they're awake here at Ken Rosewell Arena. They've been sitting back for 3 quarters. It was watching replay of that challenge from Irvin. Now they've come to push their team across the line. What can Sunshine Coast Lightning do? Through the back door, Parmenter, a regular story in this game. Over the top of Irvin, and again she draws another contact. Leatherbarrow takes her total to 35. Wood, there's a close drive from Cassidy, so pretty cramped the attack. It's a narrow attack to circle. Tilly McDonald, contact call against her. Tilly McDonald trying to convince the umpire to have it outside the circle. Steph Wood deaf to that noise. And the finish from Conan. 2 minutes in the final quarter, we're still separated by just 1. Floorboards to Dwyer. Quick hands to Hay.
That's a great double play and a great release. It's that quick release that needs to get over Irvin at the moment, get her into the game, see what she's made of. Look at that, eyes are down, straight in.
I think eyes are down and the footwork a little slow up against the speed of this Giants release. Oh, hands from Tilly McDonald. She can't believe it. She wears her heart on her sleeve, Tilly McDonald.
Well, look at that Harvey Norman replay. She thought that she had it 2 hands, but it was the infringement earlier.
Yeah, umpire indicating she had it pinned with her arm at the back. Crowd riding on that one.
Giants are certainly finding to post a lot easier in this quarter, that's for sure, Annie.
4 apiece they are in this final period. They were level at the end of the first. Lightning took the second quarter by 1. Giants took the third by 2, all locked up again in this fourth one. Tilly McDonald stands beside again. Conan with a settler. Giants centre. Timeout. It's a Lightning call, so we'll be taking an HCF timeout. Belinda Reynolds wants to steady the ship, and I wonder if we'll see some changes in defence, Kim Green. Takes a big breath, Belinda Reynolds. What she got?
In front leading into the 5 minutes, alrighty? So what I
have no more timeouts to offer you going into the Power 5. That's when she usually takes a timeout. She wanted to jump in early, and she wants them to put the foot down now.
Yeah, and she talked about tempo. She keeps saying that in almost every timeout. So it's about making sure that they're playing to their own speed, creating that a little bit more. I love that she's kept Irvin on the court for a moment. Let her warm into the game. Yes, she hasn't had a crack at anything, but she just said, risk in defence. So now she has the license to go and have a crack. Off
And
you
she
go.
Emphatic to her troops that you've got to take the win now. Do not wait for Power 5. Eloise, you were eavesdropping on Julie Fitzgerald's messaging to the Giants.
Yeah, Julie Fitzgerald wants them to present lots of options in this last quarter here. And she's asked for Maddie Hay and Jamie Lee Price to dominate that ball in the middle as they do so well. So we'll see how it unfolds in this fourth quarter.
Well, round 10 promising some great matches. Of course, straight off the back of this, the Vixens and the Thunderbirds. And then tomorrow, the Swifts play Collingwood. West Coast Fever up against the Queensland Firebirds. But we're off to a great start in what we thought would be a monumental arm wrestle, and is proving to be that and more. Wood always crafting, always scheming. Finding new ways to catch Tilly McDonald too. She's got such good deception, the fake, the step in. Drive from Cassidy. Have you seen the change up in the midcourt?
Yeah, I've really liked it. I think Cassidy coming into that centre role really does bring that physicality, and I think Jamie Lee Price did have it her way in that first half. Also love the change up of Ava Black. I think she's done a really great job of just bringing that strength and power, but also just a nudge here and there.
And I think, as you pointed out, was heavily penalised in the third quarter, but she's made adjustments, and the coach leaving her out there to learn.
Yeah, and it's important for youngsters to be out there and just really grind out what they think is the ones they need to go for and the ones that they need to pull out. You can only learn that from being out there.
All locked up at 57 apiece. Under 10 remaining. Do I mention the draw again now?
I'll go on.
Okay, I hope it's a draw. Sherian, contact call, and that's one back for the Giants. And Sherian stands out of play. Parmenta, not a great ball, but makes good of it. Umpire just resetting the penalty.
Well, an interesting stat for you, Annie. Last week, the Giants had 27 centre pass receipts going through the back. Really rare for the Giants to do that. Tonight, they're sitting on 17. So almost playing a similar game to what they did last week, and knowing that going through the back allows them the space in attack to get a little bit deeper.
Well, that was your messaging in our pre-game show, that shift would benefit them. So Julie Fitzgerald agrees, and it's recognised by Brandley and Parmenta. We haven't talked much about Brandy, but that's where she can orchestrate things for the Giants, can't she? Her experience, former Australian diamond, really crafts the game and always reliable.
Yeah, she is always reliable, and I know we've spoken about Wood quite a bit tonight, but Wood is always going to be that player that you talk about because she's crafty, she creates. But if you can just keep her quiet for 10 minutes in a game, you've won.
Giants out by 2. How can the Lightning respond? Well, Cassidy drops a shoulder into Price on the drive-through. Quick hands. Wood tries to find the front space on April Brownlee. That's a nice physical challenge between those two. O'Donnell working front space on Conan. That's one back. Oh, we're crossing over, of course, after this game, straight to the Vixens Thunderbirds match. What a sensational game that's going to be. Top of the table clash. You see the Thunderbirds there in their warm-up area.
Oh, Amy Parmenter.
Say it again.
Gosh, she's good in those pockets. We know that she's there every time going up for that. Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. One hand on it, but she had front space, knew it was hers.
And of course, Cassidy Court had to allow landing space. And the best of that, it brought the crowd back into the game. We've commented a few times, they've been very quiet. They're now riding on every touch, every turnover, every shot. There's another. Giants take it to 61. This could be a defining moment, final quarter. Over halfway in this last quarter. Giants put the foot down. Oh, nice little drop back from Matisse Leathermer. A little change up in her attacking mode. Finish though, still reliable. Crowd love it. She shows nothing, Matisse Leathermer. Absolutely got a poker face on her, but a hot shooting hand. There's the response again from Parmenter. She's been very good. Pressure now on the visitors.
Well, and as we mentioned, they don't have a timeout here, so the only option is that rolling substitute.
We do know, though, that they're very good under pressure in fighting back. They won't go down dying. Jenny Brazel with some calls from the sideline. Linda Reynolds with a concerned look on her face. Backspace is on for Leatherborough, and they're looking for the front drive from Dwyer. Just over a minute out from the power five. Just warms up the hands, Sophie Dwyer. And the crowd love it. Sherian bursting across the line. Up the middle they go through Conan. Great speed to circle edge. Amy Parmenter holding up Steph Wood's entry to circle. Just puts their timing out for the Lightning.
Yeah, no one coming to the ball. The only option was to go wide, and then last minute Sherian opening up at the top of the circle.
3-goal game. Beautiful ball.
And the lead up to that, Annie, it was short passes between Jamie Lee Price and Maddie Hay just to be able to change the timing of everything, make the defenders think, where is my attacker?
And then the composure from Sophie Dwyer. Out by 4 seconds, out from the power five. We've come to expect from these two teams, it'll be a shootout. So Steph Wood's been left a goal attack for that reason. And there's the hooter. Well, familiar sound. She lines it up, doesn't drop, wings out with the rebound from Conan. Chipping away with one, still valuable. 3-goal game. Goes against Cassidy, she can't believe the call. Unfazed is Maddie Hay. Dwyer just trying to create some room. They're looking for Leatherborough. And that's a big wrap on the young shooter. She's been solid to post.
And great touch from Irvin then, just really used her footwork to get around.
Super shot, denied. Great pressure from Pretorius, but Dwyer coming up with the rebound. Crowd riding on every umpiring decision. For the difference. Sherian, quick hands to Conan. Tilly McDonald stood out. She's in the 2. Good screen from Conan. Doesn't drop for Wood. Double jump. Well timed from the Giants defenders. Play on, awesome confusion. They thought it would be retaken. Steph Wood thought that penalty would be retaken. Cara Conan almost went to give it back. Umpire said play it on. Amazing how that kind of thing eats up seconds in the game, that decision-making process when you most need clear thinking. Dwyer, top of circle, over the top. Oh, road too easy. Opened up beautifully for Leatherbarra. Giants are on a roll. They've taken it out by 4. Julie Fitzgerald doesn't give anything away. I think we know what's going through her head. Good touch from Price.
And again, just time being drained off.
Exactly what the Giants need. The tip out, the slow return to throw in. They're not in a hurry, and that could be a defining moment in this final quarter. The touch from the Giants, they need composure. Heavy fall from Cara Conan, slow to get to her feet. Walks it off. Tilly McDonald trying to help. Just walks it off. Back in back play, she looks a bit sore and sorry. Yeah, Giants just freezing the ball a little, in no hurry.
Yeah, she's not looking good in the back play, Annie.
No, she isn't, and she's appealing for time going to the sideline as the Giants chip away with a 1, take the lead out by 5. Immediate rolling sub, and they'll bring on Charlie Bell to finish the Lightning. Just over 2 minutes on the clock. Now, we talked about both teams being desperate for a win. Now we watch who's got the cool hand, the cool head to finish the game. Oh, she's distressed, Cara Conan. Turnover, though, for the Lightning. Pretorius still at it. Sherian to Bell. Long-range shot. Goes for the 2. Denied, and it's a throw-in. Possession back with the Giants, and the crowd knows the significance of that turnover ball. Hey, they look long. Parmenter sweeps down.
Look at this transition.
What a finish from the Giants. Off the back of a win last week. Remember, last time these two met, yes, the Giants were without personnel, but it was a comprehensive win to Sunshine Coast Lightning. Both of these teams desperate for points in this one. Oh, Leatherbarra, she's been good. She's been very good. 44 goals to her credit. Nissan net points, Amy Parmenter on 87. She's been a standout for the Giants.
And look at the Nissan net points. Match leaders Conan, unfortunately not being able to finish off the game on court, but sitting at 90. Parmenter in 89.
Super shot for the Lightning. There's 52 seconds on the clock. I don't think I'd even call it from there because we both teams smart enough to craft it. Here's a chance for the Lightning.
Well, we know who stands up now. It's Wood.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Steph Wood, and they need speeder balls, so they need to be Lightning by name, Lightning by nature, and then turn it over again. Looking long. Wood needs to get herself in circle shooting range. Charlie Bell would like a piece of it through the hands. That might do it. The crowd responds. Giants will be in no hurry. They back play to O'Donnell. Dwyer on a long lead, just fades off at the end again. No rush, no hurry. It's in the bag for the Giants. They're closing this one down. Heartbreaking for Sunshine Coast Lightning. But if you're a Giants fan, it's icing on the cake as Matisse Leatherbarra seals the deal at full time with a magnificent super shot. Look at those images, and now the fans have come to life. So round 10, the Giants, they go back-to-back with wins. They take the match against Sunshine Coast Lightning, and it was a must-win game, 70-64. Let's soak it up. Now we hear the Giants song. It was so quiet at the start of this game, but their voices come through now. And your heart goes out to Sunshine Coast Lightning for the second time in 2 weeks, robbed of a win here at Ken Rosewell Arena. But for the Giants, without Harton, have done the deed.
Oh, they were fantastic, especially in that last quarter, keeping their cool, winning that quarter by 5, Annie. We know that the Giants don't normally have a good last quarter, but they certainly brought it tonight.
Smiles on the faces of the Giants. And let's get down to Eloise. She's with our player of the match.
Yes, I'm here with Sophie Dwyer. Sophie, congratulations, player of the match. Talk us through that last quarter there. You ran away with it and put your foot down.
Yeah, it was a game of, I guess, the change in momentum. You know, we knew it was going to be a grind against them. Both teams, it's must win for us to keep our season alive. So proud of the girls. We had the belief and we went out there and executed.
Talk us through the partnership with Leatherbarrow. She was unreal tonight, under pressure as well. Both of you in there, you look so comfortable.
Yeah, we've played with each other for a while now. I think it's been about 10 years and we're still so young. So I think, you know, it was maybe 11 when we first started playing together. So yeah, we've been playing together forever and it's just so nice to be able to put that out against some quality defence end and yeah, come away with the win is even better.
Just lastly, Sophie, talk us about the leadership tonight that you showed out there in the court. The absence of Jo Harden, you really stepped up. How did you find that role?
Yeah, I think, you know, I know without Jo that I'm now the experienced one in there, so I do have to take on a bit more of a role. And, you know, I had Carla on me, which is no easy feat. So, yeah, I knew I just had to take the drives, keep cutting, and just play it into the circle. And I back Tees, just give her the ball.
Congratulations. Enjoy the win, Sophie.
Thank you.
Sophie Dwyer, goal attack for the Giants, player of the match. We set her up as a Telstra player to watch because we knew she had such big shoes to fill, not as goal shooter replacing Harton, but as the goaler in the goal third that had to orchestrate the circle work.
Yeah, it was about the leadership that she needed to provide out the front of Matisse Leatherbarrow. Matisse had a fantastic game, shooting 46 from 52, but that was from the ball that Dwyer was able to give her in the confidence. But looking at this match summary in particular, everything is very, very tight. 11 games to 9. If we just take a little moment, a bit of a deeper dive, 44% of those gains from the Lightning were scored off, so not quite good enough from them today.
So a Giants victory 70-64, which keeps their hopes alive. This was desperation for these two. Now they're well off the pace of the top 4, but they need to win from here on in and hope teams fall over. So the Giants now reverse the ladder as coming in. They were sitting at 6th. They've now pushed their way up to 5th, but gosh, look at the personnel on top of that. It is going to be hard work for them. But the Giants, it's a win today, and I think the face of Matisse Leatherbarrow tells the story about how ecstatic they are. Jo Harton, smile on her face. Jamie Lee Price, she was solid as well. Okay, so Giants next week. They take on the Firebirds, and that's another home match for them, so I think they'll go into the match feeling pretty good. Sunshine Coast Lightning, they're up against the Magpies. And the run home for the Giants, Swifts, that'll be a tough one. Fever away, and then a home match against the Vixens. But hope springs eternal. Jo Harton, a picture of happiness, not so the faces of the Lightning. Steph Wood looks quite distraught. Cara Conan leaving the game injured.
Well, Annie, the Giants would be pretty happy with that one. And from here, they need to just keep building that confidence that they've been able to find in the last 2 rounds. They've been instrumental in making sure that they're closing out games in particular, and that's what they've done so well. Do we see Harden back in the fold in the next couple of weeks? I'm not certain, but gosh, Leatherbarrow has been able to step up alongside Dwyer and that attacking end, doing fantastic work.
So Kim, let's switch our focus to the visitors. Where to now for Lightning? We talked about the fact that they're skinny losses that they're enduring. Last year, they would have fallen away to a bigger margin. So where to from now?
Look, it's definitely an improvement from last year, and you can see what Belinda Reynolds is trying to do for this team in particular. You can see the confidence levels. You can see that in defence, they want to stay in play. She often talked about tempo for themselves. And it is about just being able to nail those critical moments. And during that game, they just weren't able to do the clutch moments well. So they'll look at this game and reassess again. But these tight matches must be really paying, you know, a little bit of a toll on them.
Well, of course, a huge match coming right off the back of this one. John Cain Arena hosting the action. It's the Adelaide Thunderbirds up against the Melbourne Vixens. Now, Macy Nankerville was asked earlier in the day how the loss of Tipper Dwan and Hannah Petty going into this match would affect the Thunderbirds in such a big outing. This is what she had to say.
Yeah, obviously they're two big outs for us. I think both bring a lot of intensity and work rate. And obviously Han being our captain, she obviously brings a lot of leadership within that space. But obviously we bring in Sophie and Tyler, who are two really young girls who have a lot to show, and I think are really excited just to be on the bench and then maybe even get their time on court. So we're really excited for them.
Oh, we thank Macy Nankel for that little insight. Okay, so the Giants hedge a little closer to the top four and now play a waiting game. Up next, as we said, massive game coming out of John Cain Arena, hosting the action. 1 versus 4 on the ladder. The Vixens at home to competition leaders, the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Strap yourselves in for that one. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us live on Fox Netball, because after the break we return with Hannah Hollis and the post-game show.